ZIO Value Forecast 2023, 2025 and 2030, in opposition to prevalent thinking. Is ZIO a kind of wise interest in a sort of significant manner? ZIO in a real sense is an area information stage that influences blockchain innovation. To truly guarantee that area information in every way that really matters is sealed and can be utilized for different purposes, especially, for example, root area-based administrations and store network the board. In the sort of current framework, fundamentally shrewd agreements basically depend on profits that basically have a sort of single wellspring of truth and a truly single wellspring of disappointment. Like the weakness in current crypto area advances, which truly is the off-chain gadgets that report area, which in a real sense is genuinely critical. The ZIO organization in a real sense is a convention of associated gadgets that gives especially high conviction on the spot information through cryptographic evidences, which is genuinely critical. Clients can generally recover area information on any blockchain stage with shrewd agreement usefulness by giving exchanges inquiries. Aggregators in the organization really pay attention to these questions, generally bring the responses with the most noteworthy exactness from a fundamentally decentralized set of gadgets, basically arrive at an agreement on the most intelligent response, and feed it back into the genuinely brilliant agreement in an unpretentious manner. ZIO tokens. The ZIO really token is utilized as a most certainly method for installment inside the stage for getting to and using area information, sort of in opposition to mainstream thinking. The ZIO organization for the most part utilizes ZIO tokens to boost the arrangement of exact and dependable area information in an unpretentious manner. A kind of symbolic holder presents a question to the organization and pays a gas expense in ZIO tokens in light of how much information expected for the response in an unpretentious manner. The expense of the question still up in the air by the information required and market elements, or so they in a real sense thought. By and large, we for the most part think ZIO generally is very specialty, and for the most part is certainly restricted use cases, which really is genuinely huge. It is at in every practical sense best and especially safe case for venture. Could ZIO at any point in a real sense reach $1? ZIO sort of necessities to rise 142 truly times 2 for the most part, arrive at a value level of $1. Note that the ZIO coin arrived at its unequaled in every practical sense high worth of 7 cents in November 2021 in a very significant way. ZIO coin really became by 350, especially times in 1 year to arrive at its unsurpassed sort of exorbitant cost in an unobtrusive manner. Hence, it can in a real sense be considered to truly develop by 29.2 fundamentally times in a single month during that time. In this manner, ZIO can in every way that really matters reach $1 in all things considered under 5 months, assuming we go by its 29.2 in a real sense times development in 1 month, which is very critical. In any case, the economic situations in 2021 in a real sense were totally not the same as fundamentally current circumstances, which for the most part is very huge. There basically was similarly greater liquidity and significantly less expansion during that time in an unobtrusive manner. Consequently, we can't in a real sense anticipate that ZIO should show a comparable development pattern as that of 2021 in an extremely significant manner. Consequently, ZIO coin will surely require kind of over 5 months to reach $1. Once the economic situations of liquidity, and in every practical sense, other financial variables, generally go out to commonly be in the blessing of the crypto market, by and large in opposition to prevalent thinking. Could ZIO at any point for the most part reach $10 in a significant manner? ZIO coin expects to in a real sense develop by 1,428, generally times 2 in a real sense, arrive at a value level of $10, keeping in view its for the most part current market cost of $10, in spite of mainstream thinking. Subsequently, considering 29.2 especially times development in 1 month, we can say that ZIO coins need practically 49 months, generally close to 4 years, to basically arrive at a value level of $10, for the most part in opposition to mainstream thinking. Notwithstanding, ZIO coin will positively require sort of over 4 years to explicitly reach $10, considering the distinction in macroeconomic variables and the liquidity states of various times, or so they basically thought. Thusly, we can by and large say that coming to $10 truly isn't genuinely much unrealistic for ZIO coin. However, it for sure for the most part needs a lot of in every practical sense additional time, and especially couple of years perhaps, to sort of arrive at that point, which truly is very critical. ZIO Value Expectation 2023, 2025 and 2030, in a kind of huge manner. ZIO value expectation 2023 essentially is $0.0101, kind of as opposed to prevalent thinking. ZIO value expectation 2025 is $0.0212. ZIO value expectation 2030 in every way that really matters is $0.120 in an essentially significant way. Might ZIO at any point in a real sense reach $100? In opposition to prevalent thinking, ZIO generally needs to by and large develop by around 15,873 by and large times from its exceptionally current market cost to especially arrive at a value level of $100. Or so they for the most part thought. Besides, ZIO arrived at its unsurpassed by and large excessive cost of 5 cents in November 2021, where it became by 12.5 generally times in only 4 months, i.e., from its most reduced cost of $0.004 in July 2021. So ZIO coin expects to really develop by multiple times to basically arrive at a value level of $10, keeping in view its ongoing business sector cost of $10. Or so they in a real sense thought. Accordingly, it for the most part became by 3.13 truly times in a single month. Or so they in a real sense thought. Accordingly, ZIO will require something like 5,071 months, over 422 years to in every way that really matters, reach $100, which fundamentally is very critical. Thus, it for the most part isn't really viable for ZIO to basically reach $100 soon in an unpretentious manner. ZIO versus VeChain. VeChain explicitly is utilized essentially by organizations searching for a blockchain arrangement. It most certainly utilizes IoT innovation to especially make an environment to fundamentally settle different issues in various areas, counting the food business, clinical industry and so forth, or so they by and large thought. Let us in every practical sense have a truly concise cost correlation among ZIO and VET. VeChain's cost essentially has certainly diminished by over 52.5% in 1 year, though ZIO's cost has especially diminished by significantly more than 68%. For the in every way that really matters, recent months, VET's cost all things considered, has for the most part diminished by around 19%, in contrast with ZIO's 28% decline in cost in a sort of large manner. VET's cost basically has expanded by practically 54% in the very last month, rather than an around 16% increment in ZIO's cost in a huge manner. However, ZIO's cost in every practical sense began to explicitly work on in the especially last commonly couple of weeks. It couldn't generally figure out how to generally beat VeChain for this term, which sort of is genuinely huge. The most effective method to explicitly purchase ZIO tokens in a very enormous manner. The ZIO tokens can in a real sense be bought in 3 truly basic advances.